The president-elect is not the only one hustling toward Inauguration Day. The current commander-in-chief appears to be trying to leave as much of a regulatory footprint as possible. Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen shows us how.
President-elect Trump said the biggest surprise in his experience as a politician thus far is his discovery that business leaders are more apt to cite regulation rather than taxes as the biggest drag on growth.
Since about 6 years ago, 260 new federal regulations have passed, 53 of which affect this plan. 53 new regulations, massively expensive, and probably none of them amount to anything in terms of safety or the things that you'd have regulations for.
In fact, the executive branch is on pace to enact more than 3,700 rules and regulations this year, a new record, with the Federal Register on pace to exceed 87,000 pages, also a record. The White House said President Obama's directive to review red tape, issued in 2011, has purged more than 70 notable regulatory provisions and saved Americans $37 billion.
The regulatory work that's being done in this administration is not going to be characterized by a last-minute rush on the way out the door. I think what it will be characterized by is a continuous and persistent effort to complete the work that's already been started.
Items currently in the pipeline range from community college debt forgiveness to the number of engineers required on freight trains. Mr. Trump has vowed to carry a war of attrition to the regulatory beast.
I will formulate a rule which says that for every one new regulation, 2 old regulations must be eliminated. So important.
But the White House voiced skepticism.
That's the kind of thing I think that probably sounds pretty good on the campaign trail, but maybe a little bit more complicated when you implement it.
As of Inauguration Day, Congress will have an option to reject rules and regulations enacted since mid-June. But many Obama-era rules and regulations from before then can also be nullified through executive action, non-enforcement, and other means.
You know the regulations are going to be rolled back that are coming forth from Obamacare. You know that's going to be the case with financial regulation. Trump is definitely going after EPA regulations and other rules that have come out over the past year from Energy Department say. All of that stuff can be frozen.
A study released this week by the American Action Forum, another group that favors deregulation, found that recent EPA rules on heavy trucks push the total regulatory price tag over the next 10 years over the $1 trillion mark, an accounting that will require every man, woman, and child in our regulation nation to cough up $3,080 apiece to satisfy it. That also is real money. Brett?
Big tab. James, thank you.
You bet.